You just,
That's it. I'll tell you how many suggestions came in, and then you just pick a number. I'll give you the number of what we got,
okay.
and then we just go from there. And I'll look for an out at about like 10 minutes in,
Okay.
and then I like to like ask people, how they got into improv, and have a little discussion afterwards.
Yeah. I've watched enough of these.
Let's see. We are live and we have, pick a number between 1 and 58.
58. Oh my
That's right.
goodness. I'm going to go with 42.
All right, 42. Let's see. 48, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, this comes from Peter, who was on he was actually on, we did one yesterday. He's from
Oh,
Poland. He's great. Our suggestion is live cooking or live cooking, LIVE, live or live cooking.
God.
Thanks, Peter.
I need to wash my hands first.
I was gonna say, I mean, I can't wash my hands enough. If there's one thing I gotta do is like, people don't wash their hands enough. They skip washing their hands. I just don't get it.
I've never understood that because, schmutz on your hands is like,
Right.
oh, right, right. I know. I
Yeah.
schmutz.
Do you know what's living on your hands? There's so many microorganisms and microbes and bacteria that are on your hands that get transferred very easily, and people just don't want to wash their hands, and I just don't understand it.
It just scares the living bejesus out of me when I think about it.
Yeah, yeah. How can it not scare you?
I know I don't like little, and there, if you could see what they look like, but I don't. Oh, I don't want to go there. I'll get it in my head, and
Go
once I
there.
I
No,
do.
Dawn, this is the time to go there right now. If you want to go there, I'll go there.
George, really?
Yeah, it's
You
crazy.
know,
It's crazy what's out there.
we look under a microscope
Oh yeah,
and you can see, and it's a whole world.
they're living under there. There's like it's like they've got families. They probably have jobs like we do. There's probably equal jobs there. They're just living their life.
I have so many times, I agree with you. I've wondered, are we a microbe on somebody's finger? And
Yeah,
like,
are. We are somewhere. There's someone, and it's an enormous world, and we're these tiny little microbes. And oh my goodness,
and, and, and somebody's looking at us
yeah,
under a microscope.
we're the ones being studied.
I mean,
We're so inconsequential in this universe. That's the thing. We are so tiny. If you pull back, it's like there's so many galaxies and universes. And we think we're the only ones here. We are so arrogant. We think we're the only living beings that have thought, and that's just not true.
oh, George, I need to come and hang out with you and cook with you on a regular basis because you ground me, George.
Deal. Deal. Every Friday, if you want to come over every Friday. I mean,
Okay.
we're kind of doing it now. Like every Friday, like we haven't planned it, but you're here every Friday. So let's just continue it.
Oh my goodness, I forgot. But this is like, I just stepped into a whole new moment of time and everything else didn't matter before this second.
No. My God, wait. We might have just hit enlightenment. This
I
might be we might be, well, I don't know if this is enlightenment, but it definitely feels different now.
It does. I mean, oh, I would love to hear more about the feeling you're having. Describe it, please.
Well, I mean, you just said like you felt like this was something new, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like right now I've kind of had my eyes opened. And I've said it before, but I really do mean we are just the most small, insignificant things. And then you need to just enjoy the ride. That's the thing. We need to enjoy every moment that we can.
That's exactly what I want to do. I was on a ride yesterday,
Yeah.
a ride, just a ride in the car.
Oh, you're
Just
just driving. You're just driving.
yeah, I was just driving. I
You
was
were just
just
by yourself driving. You were on a ride. You're driving. You're zoning out. You're driving, just looking around, seeing what the nature has to offer, and just your mind started to wander because you were relaxed.
you have been watching me because that's exactly oh, good Lord. Exactly. You hit it on the like not only are we insignificant,
Yeah.
we're connected.
I mean, that gives some sense of hope to why we're here.
That's exactly. Oh my goodness.
Wow, you were thinking about that yesterday during your ride?
Yes. Yes.
Nothing.
I,
I
I mean,
don't think, I think there's no coincidence. There's no coincidence. Everything's connected.
absolutely. George, George,
Yeah.
listen to me. Listen to me.
Yeah. Wait, let me put this down. All right.
Yeah.
Full attention. I'm
I,
trying to be more present anyway. So yeah, hit
yeah,
me.
I got to turn this stove off here. So
Yeah.
bear with me.
Naked flame. Naked flame. Turn it off. Naked flame.
Yeah. Listen, I have known for some time that I'm not an island and that, listen.
I mean, that's big information there. I can't wait to see what's coming next.
We are nothing, not a dang thing. I mean, dang, I'm sorry about that word. And I know it's a little rough, but dang, we're not a dang
Hey,
thing.
say what you gotta say.
That's what it's inside of me. Without seeing into each other's eyes and feeling each other and 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 being curious and at wonder
Yeah.
about who am I looking at and who am I?
Well, here, look at me. Wow. Wow.
Hmm. The beauty is this is so much beauty
This is living.
completely.
That's what I feel like I haven't lived. I've been a passive observer
Yeah.
of life. And I feel like now I'm an active participant and I'm living. Is that enlightenment or is that just, or why am I even trying to label this?
You, you know, George, this stuff
Yeah.
is beyond language.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a word for
Yeah.
this experience. It doesn't exist in any language.
Yeah.
And
It's beyond it. It's beyond language.
yeah, it's wow. It's just, maybe this is close. Being in and with the experience of another.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You cry because I'm going to cry. It's not sadness, it's just tears of being.
maybe joy.
Yeah.
It could be joy.
Like real joy.
Yeah, not fake joy. I don't like fake joy.
Maybe it's the first time I've experienced joy. Wow.
George, it was no accident. It
Yeah.
was no accident that
No
we
accident.
were 10 years ago walking along,
No accident. Everything happens for a reason.
that we were on the pier, right?
Yeah.
Fishing.
Yeah.
And you helped me get my fish untangled. Oh my God, I
The
love that.
universe tangled the fish. The universe did it. The universe takes care of us if we let it. I'm so glad you're here.
I wouldn't be here without you. I would be not present.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, gosh, darn it. Darn it, right? I said it again, darn it.
Gosh darn it. You got to say, you sometimes that word is the only word that can express how you feel.
It is. It is. And I love cooking with you,
Yeah.
and I love experiencing enlightenment with you, and I love fishing
Being.
with you.
Yes. Just being.
Yeah, and playing cards with you.
Guess
And
that's joy.
well, you're my best friend, George.
You're my best friend. Scene. Yeah. How fun was that?
That was what? Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. So fun.
I got to start my day like that every morning.
Well, I mean, to find like a joyful connection. And we talked a little bit about that before we came on. Like find a joyful connection with somebody in this time, especially,
Gosh, yes.
is really important. And the internet allows us to do that so much easier than ever before.
Right. And it's gold.
It's
It's
gold. And
gold.
I appreciate people who say, I don't want to do it or it's not for me. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I also think like you're missing out because you can still find that connection. You can find that joy. You can improvise with people using what we have available and
Abs-
replace the time you spend longing for what we don't have right now. But to each their own, right?
Exactly. Exactly. We can, I try really hard to find something great in each day. It's like a mutual friend of ours, Rich Baker, used to
Oh,
do
yeah.
love shout outs on his Facebook page.
So good.
And I thought if every day we shout out to somebody or everybody,
Yes.
that we are actually caring
Yes.
about each other, it's like, wow, it
I'm
just
thinking
makes,
about you. I care about you. And then other people go, oh, I care about that person too. And then it's like this unexpected, wow, what a good thing to put out in the universe. And
right.
somebody reads that and they're like, it's completely catches people off guard. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it does. It does. And that's what I mean, I hope I do that myself. I mean, I'm
Of
always
course.
looking for new ways to grow.
Well, and that's to me the key to life is like you never stop growing or evolving or learning. And once you do, I remember once an improv teacher said, you know, I'm more of a teacher than a student. And I was like, oh man, I'm sorry. Good luck. You figured life out. You got it all figured
Oh,
out. You're missing out on what can help you learn and experience.
right. That's, I think you just said something, Jay, that I work at in my life to notice if my ego is like in the forefront and just, kick that son of a gun right in the down the stairs. It's like,
Well, yeah, I like it. We used to say like leave your ego at the door, but I like kick that son of a gun down the stairs, like actually be active in pushing it away.
look at it, drop it, bang. It's like, you get out of here. You're bugging me.
Well, it's the ego and fear are the cause of a lot of suffering.
It is. It
Both
is.
of those.
And I mean, in fairness, all of us have a certain amount of
Oh, 100%.
baggage.
100%.
Yeah. And I think that what you do makes allowances for that. And I love watching you teach
Oh,
because Jay, what you do is you allow for that, and then you work with the person to find it on their own if they're stuck in that place. And
yeah.
it only takes hearing somebody say, "Oh, my ego gets in the way. I have to drop it,"
Which is
and
hard.
then that triggers a silent, kind,
Yeah.
gentle way for somebody else to go, "Oh, I wonder if I'm doing that." And that's
Oh, I mean, and it's like we do it as teachers and performers too. It's not like I have none of that. It's like no, I recognize it, and I'm
yeah,
like, oh, I'm also probably a lot of times when there have been that kind of confrontations with teacher students. It's like, yeah, the teacher's
oh,
probably going through that same stuff that you're going through as a student, and that's where there's friction.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And again, that's like
I
just
know.
letting letting each other be who they are,
Yeah.
and protecting ourselves. If somebody's being mean and hateful,
No,
that's
for sure.
a whole different conversation. But
Yes.
um, um, I think in my golden years, which I'm in my golden years.
Not yet. Not they're coming, but not yet.
Well, thank you. But let's say in where I may be gaining this much wisdom,
Yeah.
I've noticed that. I've noticed that, having patience with myself and patience with who you are, it makes life so much easier. This pandemic has been horrible to get through, but I've been through worse.
I mean, and isn't that what you're Shirley, isn't that what we're trying to do? Is just like, how do I make this easier? How do I make improvising easier? How do I make life easier? How do I
Yeah,
and part of that is acceptance, and you don't fight against the struggle. You accept what it like people are struggling, I think, with virtual improv because they're not accepting that that's the reality. This is what this if you want to accept the truth and the reality, it's we've got this. If you want to struggle against it and you want to play this virtual space like it's a stage and then get frustrated, okay, but you're
yeah,
making it difficult. How do I make this thing easier?
yeah. Yeah, work with what we've got been given, and that's what I mean. I've watched you do it. I've watched a lot of other people do it.
Rich does it too. I mean,
Oh gosh, oh my God, I love Rich. Don't
he's
get
the
me started.
best.
He's great, and he's a really good friend.
He's
But
so sweet.
yeah, times 100,
Yeah. And
sweet times 1,000.
and he's one of those performers there's a discussion going on. I'm part of a discussion now about long form and short form, and somebody's like, if I don't like short form and this and that, if that makes me a snob, so be it. I'm like, yeah, it does make you a snob, but
Yeah,
go ahead and do you, man, whatever it is. And Rich is one of those guys that's like, short form, long form, I don't care. It's just how can I have fun? And if you want to make it like, I think it's challenging to do short form because it's like you have limitations. And I find that very engaging sometimes. I like the freedom as well, but I think it's all improv and it doesn't matter. And if you go back 30 years, you would
right.
die for people to know any kind of improv, let alone short form. You would not be like, well, you have to know long form. It's like, no, either one is going to be fine. We don't care.
Well, that's a good point because there are, again, speaks to the different personalities that we all have.
Yeah.
And, some people have to have something laid out and
Right.
it's in the logic mind and it says, I have to do the best. I have to have this thing and
I
I have
have
to
to
cause.
win it. I have to win improv.
That's right.
That's what it is. It's like, I have to do the best. I have to be the funniest. I have to win this. And it's like, well, there's nothing to win.
No. Well, for me, it's been like, this is living.
Yeah.
We've been improvising our lives, as you know.
Yes.
I'm not telling you anything you don't know today. So I don't have any gems here, but I got that. I mean, I used to suffer imposter syndrome.
Used to? God, tell
Yeah.
me how you stopped because I want to
I,
know.
well, I made it really well. I worked in the entertainment business for many, many, many years. I think you knew that about me. And I thought, wow, if they really knew, they know I'm not qualified to do what I'm doing.
Right?
And
Every day you're thinking that. Isn't that crazy? Every day it's like, if they only knew, if they only knew. And it's
yeah,
like, no, you're fine.
if they looked inside here, they'd see that, oh my gosh, how did she get this job? And why is she still working here after so many years? She's not qualified.
Right. And she's an idiot. Like we
Oh
beat
God,
ourselves
yes.
up all the time about that.
Right. And I loved when I heard it, I went, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. And
Right.
I've been improvising all along, but that is life. And if you're a good improviser, you're participating.
You're participating and you're looking at everything
Right,
like I'm curious. This is an opportunity. How do I
right,
make this work?
right,
What the unknown is not scary. And
right.
what brought you into improv? Like, how did you start taking classes?
Well, like I said, Ron West is a good friend of mine. I've
Oh,
known him for like 30 some years and or longer than that,
really?
separately from business.
So
Yeah,
good.
I know.
So,
He's a great guy.
oh, so great. So funny.
And I've always had a little bit in me that I was afraid to admit. I was behind the camera for so many years, except when I was in the circus and I did the trapeze. And uh,
What?
yeah, I used to be a trapeze artist in the
Bury
former
the lead. Bury the lead. Of course. So there was a part of you that always kind of wanted to perform.
and make people feel good.
Yes.
Bring joy to their day. And and I felt great about I did like something like 80 documentaries and I thought, well, I'm contributing to society and I loved that I did that. As a production coordinator, I wore every hat, let's put it
Right.
that way. Because
Right.
I go way, way back to I learned to make a movie from pre-production through post.
Oh
I
my
mean, I did everything. I learned how to cut on a flatbed, how to edit, how to do sync sound, how to hold script, it was everything.
everything.
Yeah, with a very famous mentor. He was a great guy. His name was Elmo Williams, and he died at 102. He was my boss and my teacher. So anyway, I don't need to. So I retired. I'd had a pretty bad auto accident and was paralyzed for a while, and I recovered from that, and it was all about I'm still me. I'm going to keep being me, and I realized that I've heard my whole life I talk too much. I do.
Who doesn't?
I do talk too much. And um, one day, I think another friend of mine, Bob Arnold, said, well, if you wanted, I said, I think I need to take acting lessons so I can improve my listening skills.
Yes.
And he said, no, Cheryl, you should do improv. So I called Ron and
Wow.
I said, Ron, I really, really want to go take improv to learn to be a better human being.
Wow.
And he said, Second City, like you
What?
got to join Second City. And so I called and I was like, really? It was that easy? I can,
Wow.
I can do this. I thought, oh, if they only knew I'm not qualified.
And with little did you know, all they said, Shirley, was like, do you have a check? Is it clear?
Yeah,
Is check clear? Come on
yeah.
in.
They go, come on, you can. I went, really? It was like that easy? Why didn't I do this years ago? And I got hooked. I mean, and now it's like I found a part of myself that can bring joy to other people and to me. This is
Right.
also it's,
It's what you're built for. You're like, oh, I uncovered something in me that had always been there. And now you found this great group of wonderful weirdos of different ages and different backgrounds. And you're like, I finally found my place.
Jay, you just hit it. There's a community.
Yeah.
It's a community. And I think I mean, I know you realize this already, but I realized it recently that, and I talked to Rich about this the other day, jerks and, crummy people don't stick with it.
No.
And hearts, all the great hearts
Yep.
stay in an
Yep.
improv, and you can, like,
And you give
so,
back. And that's
yeah,
the thing is you got to give it back. You can't hold on to it. And you got to be the ones that have been in for a long, long time
right,
have they've gotten past the point of any jerkiness or they've given it up or they never had it. Like Rich, it's like, and then you get to a point where you're like, I'm just here to help and have fun. And that goes through a lot of, I think, self-growth too, and
right,
self-examination for those people.
right. It does. So it's
Oh,
like, oh my
well,
God, I just love chatting with you,
it's
Jay.
so great. Where can people find you if they want to connect with you
Well,
online? What's the best way they can do that if they want to play with you or anything?
well, Facebook, Shirley Wainess. I'm on Instagram at Aunt Duck 521 is me on Instagram. my my nieces used to call me Aunt Duck.
Perfect. That's a great nickname. What a great
Uh,
nickname.
and I have an IM what you
DB.
call, yeah, page, and I'm a SAG member now.
Congratulations. That's huge.
Yeah, so this is a big deal for me at this time of life, and I'm just going whatever the morning brings.
You're
So
open.
that's, yeah. And I think I'm on Twitter, and what's the other thing people do?
TikTok, I think. There's
LinkedIn or
LinkedIn. There's LinkedIn. Surely there's so much. I think I'm on TikTok. I've never done a TikTok. I think
I
I'm
don't know what.
Facebook. For me, it's like Facebook's the best way.
Exactly. That's where
Oh,
I spend most of my time
well,
is here.
I
So
can't wait. Well, thank you for taking time out of your day, whether it's in person or virtual. I can't wait to play with you again. You're always a blast. Thank you, Shirley.
same here, Jay. Love
Bye.
you.
Love
Bye.
you.